I recently took the time to come up with as many questions as I could about a problem of practice in education. In the end, I came up with 13 different questions. Now that I have my questions, I'm going to sort them into categories in 3 different ways. While doing this, I'm going to see what patterns I notice and what it makes me realize about myself or my ideas. Before we get started, I would like to clarify that although my sticky notes are 2 different colors, there is no rhyme or reason to that, so those don't say anything about what the types of questions are. It's all completely random. Enjoy! So my first arrangement was inspired by A More Beautiful Question by Warren Burger. In this book, he directly describes the difference between why, what if, and how questions and the stages of thinking that go along with it. I noticed I had the most how questions, and I noticed that in these types of questions, I was asking for ideas about something that could be done in the future, whereas with the why questions, I was questioning things that already exist. It was hard for me to figure out what a what if question was, so I put questions in there that weren't why or how. I think some of my why or how questions could have been rephrased to be what if questions, such as what if students didn't learn the same things, or what if we tracked student progress without testing? Next, I sorted my questions into classroom questions and systematic questions. Given that I had an odd number of questions, it was pretty evenly split between classroom questions and system questions. One challenge here was that I felt that some of my classroom questions could also be system questions, but I narrowed it down based on what I thought teachers could track, such as how do we know if students are actually learning through play and exploration, compared to something that may not be up to them, such as why are schools so structured. I would also like to clarify here that what I mean by a system question is how the school systems have been set up in America compared to how a specific classroom is run. Based on how I sorted these, it looks like I was equally as interested in what classroom decisions are happening as well as what system structures we have in place. My last category was questioning tradition versus questioning the future. I was interested in seeing how many questions I asked about the way we've traditionally done school and how we typically operate now, such as why do we give all students the same assignments? I also posed questions about changes we could make in the future that challenge current ideas, such as how can we give students more freedom while maintaining an organized classroom environment? In the end, I had double the amount of questions that questioned future educational changes. I think this could be because I have a lot of thoughts in general about carrying out new ideas in education, and I would like to learn more about those in order to make them a reality.